Learn English through stories.
A helping hand. A tale of anger management. Once upon a time, in a picturesque village nestled between rolling hills, colorful meadows, and a winding river, there lived a young boy named Sam. His village was a haven of beauty, where wildflowers swayed in the breeze, and birds sang cheerful songs from dawn to dusk. Among the village's natural treasures, Sam was a gem of a different kind, known for his sunny smile, friendly disposition, and a voice that could make the birds pause their songs just to listen. But like all of us, Sam had a secret, a hidden struggle that only he knew about. Sam had a temper that could flare up like a summer storm, leaving everyone in its wake surprised and unsettled. Despite his cheerful demeanor and the harmony he brought to the village, Sam found himself battling anger that seemed to erupt out of nowhere. The villagers, though they loved him dearly, had witnessed Sam's quick temper, and it had caused him some embarrassment, as his anger seemed so out of character with his otherwise gentle nature. One sunny morning, as the village awoke to the soft chirping of birds and the gentle caress of a morning breeze, Sam was at the village park playing with his two closest friends, Mia and Jake. They were an inseparable trio, united by a bond forged through countless adventures and laughter-filled days. Today was no different. The children were having a wonderful time, their laughter echoing through the air as they played games, shared stories, and enjoyed the company of one another. However, as fate would have it, something unexpected occurred. While Mia was excitedly demonstrating her acrobatic skills, she accidentally collided with Jake, who was in the midst of building a tower of colorful blocks Sam had meticulously arranged. The tower came crashing down, and the blocks scattered in all directions. A feeling of irritation surged within Sam, and his chest tightened. Without thinking, he clenched his fists, and his voice grew louder as he shouted, "Why did you do that, Jake? You always mess things up." Mia and Jake were taken aback by Sam's sudden outburst. They had never seen their friends so angry before. Sam's face turned a deep shade of red, and the storm of anger raged within him, making him feel like a ship in a tempest-tossed sea. Just at that moment, an elderly man named Mr. Oliver, who had been observing the children from a nearby bench, saw the commotion and decided to approach them. Mr. Oliver was known throughout the village for his kindness, wisdom, and his ability to bring calm to even the stormiest of situations. With a kind smile and a calming presence, Mr. Oliver gently said, "It looks like you're having a tough time, young man. Can I offer you some advice on how to handle your anger?" Still feeling the fiery embers of his anger, Sam nodded hesitantly, while Mia and Jake listened intently. Mr. Oliver began to tell a story that would forever change the way Sam thought about his anger. Once upon a time, he began, there was a small village nestled near the sea. The villagers in this seaside village understood that storms would come from time to time, just as anger can sometimes rise within us. The children leaned in, captivated by Mr. Oliver's soothing voice and the promise of wisdom in his tale. Mr. Oliver continued, but the villagers of this seaside community also knew how to handle those storms. Whenever they saw a storm brewing on the horizon, they would hurry to the harbor. There, they would tie their boats securely, lock their windows and doors, and gather in the village square. He paused for a moment, allowing the image to take root in the children's minds. In the village square, he went on, they would sing songs, tell stories, and support each other while they waited for the storm to pass. Sam, now feeling more curious than angry, inquired, "But how does this help with anger?" Mr. Oliver responded with a knowing nod. "When you feel anger rising within you, imagine it as a storm inside you. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and imagine tying your emotions to an anchor, just as the villagers would secure their boats. Then, find a quiet place to sit or stand, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. It's like gathering in the village square and waiting for the storm to pass." With a newfound sense of understanding and a desire to master his anger, Sam decided to give Mr. Oliver's advice a try. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and, for the first time, imagined his anger as a swirling storm within him. Slowly but surely, the storm began to calm. He felt the anger dissipating, just as the storm gradually subsided in the seaside village. When he opened his eyes, he found Mia and Jake looking at him with understanding and support. They recognized the efforts he was making to manage his anger, and the storm within him had been tamed. With a warm smile, Sam apologized to Jake for his outburst. Jake, knowing how hard it was for Sam to control his temper, forgave him with a nod and a smile. From that day on, whenever Sam felt anger bubbling up within him, he remembered Mr. Oliver's advice. He would close his eyes, take deep breaths, and, with the wisdom of the village's storm-taming technique, imagine the storm within. Slowly but surely, the storm would begin to calm, and the anger would dissipate. Sam's efforts to manage his anger did not go unnoticed by Mia and Jake. They too embraced Mr. Oliver's wisdom, learning to be patient and supportive, and to practice the art of calmness in the face of storms, whether they be inside themselves or around them. As days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, Sam's newfound skills allowed him to be more at ease with himself. He realized that anger was just another emotion, like the storms that occasionally visited their village, and he had the power to anchor it, waiting for it to pass with the soothing calmness of the village square. Time passed, and Sam became a master at managing his anger, transforming it from a tempest into a gentle breeze. He discovered that by taking a moment to anchor his emotions and find a quiet place, he could restore peace and serenity even in the midst of a tempest-tossed sea of emotions. As the seasons changed and the children grew, they all continued to be close friends, strengthening their bond as they embraced Mr. Oliver's wisdom. The village, once touched by storms of anger, became a place of understanding and support, where everyone practiced the art of calmness in the face of life's challenges. And so, the tale of Sam's journey to anger management became a story of growth, resilience, and the wisdom of seeking calm when faced with the storms of life. Sam, Mia, and Jake continued their adventures with a newfound sense of understanding and support for one another, proving that even in the face of anger, there was always a way to bring peace and understanding to the world, one soothing moment at a time. The end. Vocabulary words: abundant, existing or available in large quantities, plentiful. Benevolent, kind, generous, and showing goodwill. Cautious, showing care and attention to avoid potential risks or problems. Diligent, showing careful and persistent effort in one's work or duties. Eloquent, fluent or persuasive in speaking or writing. Frugal, practicing economy, avoiding waste and unnecessary expenses. Gregarious, fond of company and sociable, enjoying the company of others. Harmonious, forming a pleasing or consistent whole, free from discord or conflict. Inquisitive, curious and eager to learn, showing a desire for knowledge. Jubilant, feeling or expressing great joy and happiness. Kindle, to ignite or light, to arouse a feeling or emotion. Luminous, emitting or reflecting light, full of light, shining. Meticulous, showing great attention to detail, very precise and thorough. Nurture, to care for and encourage the growth and development of someone or something. Optimistic, having a positive outlook on life, expecting favorable outcomes. Pristine, in its original condition, unspoiled, clean and fresh. Quench, to satisfy one's thirst, desire, or a need by drinking or something that extinguishes. Resilient, able to withstand or recover from difficult situations, adaptable and flexible. Serenade, a musical performance, often romantic in nature, performed for someone. Tranquil, calm, peaceful, and free from disturbance. Ubiquitous, present or found everywhere, widespread. Voracious, having a very eager and insatiable appetite, greedy. Whimsical, playfully quaint, fanciful, or amusing in an appealing and imaginative way. Xenophile, a person who is attracted to foreign cultures, people, or things. Yearn, to have a strong desire or longing for something, to yearn for.